Okay guys, a little update from the last video that I put out where I had a red Camaro and I had a burgundy Camaro. The two Camaros, well the red Camaro is gone now. The red Camaro had a 350 small block Chevy in it and a TH350 transmission. This car was the burgundy car, and this car had a inline-six 250 with a TH350 transmission. So I ended up actually pulling the motor out of the red Camaro and putting it in the burgundy Camaro, which is now this Camaro. Other than a couple different touches I did with the car, that still needs a lot of work, including a different motor. I definitely want to get a different motor for the car. Clean a lot of things up on it, so there's still a long process to go. I didn't really have a lot of time to film from the entire process, which I should have done now that I think in hindsight, but from moving this point forward, anything else I do, I'm going to include you guys with the entire process and my journey, because this is my first actual restoration. Not necessarily restoration. I'm not going for all original parts and all that good stuff. I want to do more of kind of like a resto mod. So I definitely want to get some new technology in there. At the same time, I still want to have the feel of the old school muscle classic. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you guys around with this car, show you the things I've done with it and the things I'm planning on doing. And from this point forward, we're going to have a entire, hopefully a series out of it on step by step on what I've been doing with it. So you guys can join me along with the journey. Okay guys, so what I have here so far is basically just like a temporary paint job on this. I got this paint from a local supplier in San Diego. I'm not gonna put names out there yet. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm not trying to put a lot of stuff out there unless you guys want to know. You guys can always message me and figure out. It's a urethane paint. It's called Pure White. So I think I'm gonna go with this color because I really wanted the white and black combo. What I did was I just used a quick classy dip satin on for the stripes with a special type of tape that goes down. You basically tape down these smaller stripes with it. So this is pretty much the combo that I want to go with. I want to go with a flat black and a white combo just like this. As well as the headlight buckets, those are also done with a metallic satin black, I guess you can call it that. And the grill's also going to be blacked out. The turn signal lights, or the running lights, are going to stay white inside. I think that just looks natural. So moving forward, I just got to finish up the body work, and then we'll do the actual paint job, hopefully around September-ish. So hopefully that gets done. Depending on my skill level, I might end up having someone paint it. But if I do fill up for it, I'm definitely going to at least give it an attempt. Okay, so what we have here is we have the 350 from the red car. So what I ended up doing was I ended up putting a new, it's an Edelbrock 1406, so it's a 600 CFM carburetor. I replaced, generic things like this thermostat housing. It has a Weand intake manifold. I kept that on there. I just cleaned it up real nice. Valve covers. These are center bolt for the Vortec heads. So that was nice. It actually came with the Vortec heads. That's definitely a performance mod that a stock 350 a lot of guys do, is they put the Vortex on there. New water pump. Changed out a lot of these brackets. The distributor's brand new. The wires are brand new. The hoses are brand new. All the vacuum leaks have been fixed and replaced with new vacuum lines. So I also put a fuel pressure regulator because I was not able to do a mechanical fuel pump setup. The push rod is actually stuck in the engine. It's a copper-headed push rod that I guess mushroomed on the top somehow, and it's not coming out. So I opted for a electric fuel pump setup, which goes to a fuel pressure regulator, and I also have a gauge right here with a fuel rail that shows me exactly what my fuel pressure is at all times, so that way I can diagnose if I have any issues or whatnot. So the engine's fairly clean. This is a lot cleaner than it was. I'll actually put a picture of what it looked like while it was in the red car before I put it in this car, so you guys can check that out. Another thing I was planning on doing is back in this tail section right here, I thought it would look good with this all flat on this tail panel, along with the stripes coming down. It looked a little different when it was white because the stripes would go down and then there would be just nothing there. So I had a debate with myself whether or not I wanted to do that or not. So you guys let me know what you guys think looks good. I think the flat black on here looks great, as well as in here. When this is all blacked out, it just looks so clean like that. So I really like this setup, how it is like this. Tail lights, I'm gonna be changing these out with something special, so you guys will see that as that goes. Along with the bumpers, I don't know if I should polish them out to the original chrome finish, or I should paint them, or I should rhino coat them. So you guys let me know what you guys think I should do with this, or have any ideas on how I can make these look a little bit more appealing. So right now, they still look a little rustic because I haven't done anything with them. Another cool thing about this is the previous owner put Corvette C5 brakes on here. It's going to promote a little bit of an issue because I do want to put the 15s or 16s back on because I want to go with the 5-spoke rally wheels. These brakes, I think the smallest wheel I can put on here is a 16, so I might be okay. I just don't want to have to buy them and then find out they don't work and then have to send them back and deal with that whole hassle. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to figure out if these are going to work or not based off the specs of these rotors. Okay, so now we're at the interior part. These door panels are okay, but they're real destroyed. If you look up right here, these rubbers that meet up with the doors, the jam section up in here, they're pretty much gone. I can get a whole new kit for these, which I am planning on doing. Same thing with these rusty, nasty roller handles. So I want to try to get something custom for these door panels, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. This dash pad is horrible. Look at that. It's pretty gnarly. That's what 30 years of sun will do to it. So these actually, you can get these as a repop. There's a couple manufacturers that have them. They're just real expensive, so I'm saving up to get one of those. I did put these gauges down in here just so that way I can monitor, you know, temperature, voltage, all that good stuff. And I put a little RPM gauge, which it looks a little ridiculous, but at least for right now I can see what's actually going on with the car. So the carpets aren't too bad. They're just a little grungy. It's a little dark down there. This seat is a little messed up. Yeah, there's no fabric left on it. It's all just the fluff. Headliner's gone. And now if you look at this ceiling, it's really clean. There's no rust whatsoever. Underneath the car, there's absolutely no rust. So it was a really good deal. Other than that, a lot of this stuff is going to end up getting swapped out with new stuff. I might be able to save these lower dash plastics, but you know, we'll see. I'm debating whether I should get new ones because the trim chrome is worn down or whatnot. And this aftermarket radio is going to go. I'm going to put a factory lookalike that has Bluetooth, just because I like the look of the factory radios in here. And we'll see what we do there with that. The gauge cluster, it works. I got everything to work on it now, but problem is I don't want these gauges down here. I want them to be up and actually in the cluster. So they sell this digital gauge cluster for these that are really nice looking. And they also sell the bezels and all that good stuff. So when I replace the dash and all that, I might end up going for that. But they're really expensive. They're close to around like $600, $700, $800 depending on where you get them. So we'll see where we go from there. Now this right here, if you look at the circle, this is a perfect size for a push start. Can you imagine that? You get in there, you have a key fob, you have newer technology, you go to push start your car, fires up, all your lights come on. I mean, I just keep thinking about it. I think it'd be pretty awesome. Now, I did do the exhaust in this car. I put Flowmaster Super 10s on it, which are aggressive, but they're not obnoxiously loud. Let's see here. They sound pretty decent. So as you can see, there is still a lot of different things I need to do. Part of it also is the trunk. I need to clean the trunk out, get that coated, get that cleaned up. as well as the interior. All of the interior is coming out, getting replaced with all new stuff. And then the motor, I really want to put a bigger motor in this thing. I mean, if I'm going to spend the time to make this thing look real nice and inside and out, I really want to have a motor to go with it. It's really going to throw me down the road. So stay tuned for the next couple episodes. So I'm going to try to get some things started with this. Probably not soon. By the time you're seeing this, I'll probably already be working on the next project. So go ahead and leave a comment, subscribe, like if you like my videos. If you have any suggestions or you have any questions or anything, go ahead and throw it in the comments, and I'd be more than happy to answer them. All right, you guys have a great night.